I heard that countdown this time. Good evening, Carol and John shoppers. Happy Halloween. We were going to do a really funny bit, but the last time we tried to do a funny bit on Halloween, the internet screwed us over and we couldn't do it. And it still lives in our memory as like the worst regrettable missed moment in Carol and John's life.
It might have been the best episode we'd ever done. None of you will ever know.
You'll never know. Andrew's here dressed as a bat. John Shear's here. I'm not dressed up either because we spent all weekend dressed up. We had a great Halloween comics event. We had a lot of fun with Sarah Kuhn on Friday. Halloween comics on Saturday. We have a lot of the trick or read books left over. We always get a lot because we just get them out all year round. Almost all of them all ages friendly, so that's great. Kyle set up an awesome display because we do love Halloween. We're just tired. It was a long month, and it was great because of all of you. So thank you very much for that. This is our 180th episode. So Kyle, again, the hero of the day, fished out a spooky cover. Vampire Superman. We've got that, and we have one first appearance this week. It is Spider-Boy #1. Great, speaking of all ages, great all ages book. It's the first appearance of a character named Gutterball, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Helfino, which is a rhino elephant.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's one. Big exciting thing having to do with this huge stack of Unnatural Order #1 from Vault Comics. They have a new initiative where they're going to do, I think they're going to do a couple of these leading into next year, where they have first issues that we can get absolutely free from them. They just want their material out there. So this book is by Kyle Yost. It is a phenomenal Conan-esque, D&D-esque adventure story. There's like an evil druid. He's got this crazy blood tree that like can pop up all over the world, and he takes people out. Stop in the shop. We've got like 150 copies to give away. We'll slip one in your bag. But I implore you to add it to your file if you like it, because it is a little bit of a risk as far as like us having a bunch of copies lying around. We're not going to order 150 copies of #2 and just hope for the best. But really fantastic first read. Really, really recommended. Staff liked it. Would have been our top pick of the week for something to buy, but you get it for free. So grab an Unnatural Order or ask us about it, and we'll snag you one. Do I have anything else? Oh, we have candy, too. Happy Halloween. What? Yay, candy.
Files.
Oh, yeah, John Shear, our file czar.
Yeah. I like that.
Our file czar would like me to implore you to come and pick up your file, even if you think if it's maybe been a couple weeks, or if you're like, crap, I haven't been there a month, come get your file, so I don't have to do this to you. We are redoing all of our carpet next week in the front of the store, and the less we have to move, the happier we're going to be. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's also a great time of year to get your file because you're getting close to the end of the year. You want to get some reading done. It's getting colder. You can light a fire in the fireplace, cozy up, glass of cognac, maybe some wine. That's not what I do. But yeah, now we'll get to new stuff, right? Did I forget anything else?
No.
Awesome. Bottom of this side of the table, as previously mentioned, all Halloween trick or read giveaway books. We're going to keep these out as long as there's room in the store. We're not moving stuff around. So come snag one of each. Grab some for your kids. Awesome stuff. You just want to do action figures while we're down?
Sure.
New action figures this week. We've got Venom from the movie Venom. Looks awesome.
Yeah,
excellent.
he does look
excellent. Extra head. And then just in time for Halloween, we've got the Christmas Jawa and Salacious Crumb. Though we don't really think that's Salacious Crumb because he looks very grinchy, and we're kind of purists.
He's almost like a gremlin.
He's Gremlin.
Yeah,
Christmas.
It's Christmas.
And the Jawa's just equally creepy in a different outfit. Now we're going to get to image stuff. At the bottom of the image side of the table is Transformers #1. If we've not implored you to do enough things this week, we will all implore you to pick up Transformers #1. It's written and drawn by Daniel Warren Johnson. It is simply phenomenal, and that's not coming from a prior Transformers fan. We all have like a side interest in Transformers just from working amongst nerddom, but this is the book. Like, if you're going to give anything a shot blindly, give it to Transformers. So we've got an Optimus Prime cover. We've got Starscream on the cover of the B cover, we'll call it. We got a team, Autobots team second print variant, and a Decepticon team second print variant. Then there's a spoiler variant, which is worth not showing you, to be honest, but it's phenomenal. So if you want to pause the video or something and catch a glimpse of And then two trades from Image this week. We got Invincible. They're reprinting the original trade paperbacks in a nifty format.
Travel size.
That's volume 2. And then above it, an original graphic novel from Alex DeCampi, who wrote some of our favorite Grindhouse stuff of the past decade. Big old hardcover about 2 veterans who are trying to fix a frame on somebody. It's pretty cool. And when I say fix a frame, I mean correct a frame on an innocent man.
Oh.
Yeah, not fix it. They're cool guys. Kingspawn is on number 27. We got Untold Tales of I Hate Fairyland on number 5. That wraps up that miniseries. My current favorite Rick Remender book, because it's the only Rick Remender book, is Sacrificers number 4. Great cover. That's cover A, and it ties into the book so sinisterly. And then we've got cover B for that one too. New number 1 from Image this week, the only one, is Blood Commandment. It is a vampire story, but it is turned on its head just a tad. It's got a lot of faith elements, and this guy's trying to raise his kid right, but he's still a bloodthirsty monster. So you gotta deal with that. It's a 4-issue miniseries too. Then we've got I kind of mismatched on the table, but Star Wars High Republic Adventures. This is the Monsters Peak miniseries and a bunch of one-shots that they covered at the end of last year. So that's a big old Star Wars paperback for you. One Marvel Epic collection. You've got the modern era Deadpool Spider-Man. So this is the first 14. Oh, first 14, then number 17 and 18, and a one-shot. Fantastic collection, really fun, and has one of the best date issues in it we've ever read.
Right.
Good. Super great. Next to that, we've got Edge of Spider-Verse. So this is the second miniseries that just wrapped up earlier this summer. That's all 5 issues in there. And then Captain America. This is the end of the Cold War crossover between Sam Wilson Cap and Steve Rogers Cap. Last Marvel Collected Edition is the Peach Momoko Demon Wars. So it's all the adaptation of Civil War in Peach Momoko's Demon Verse. Yeah.
Yep.
Oversized. One reprint from Marvel this week gets us Gods number 1. So big Marvel storyline that's going to wrap up at the end of the year. Then we've got Star Wars stuff. We got Star Wars. Yeah, here we go. Sorry. Number 40, that's a Dark Droids tie-in. Lobot, not to be trifled with. We got the Life Day variant, and we've got the 1 in 25 Emperor Palpatine taking out some droids variant. Oh, no, that's C-3PO.
It's no problem for Sidious.
Shipping late, but it was planned to ship late. We've got the Spiffy Shiny Sensational She-Hulk number 1 foil variant by Adam Hughes. And Kyle pointed out to me that all the little floaties are taped together. It's kind of fun because she's huge. Magneto's on number 4, which I think is the penultimate issue of Magneto.
I believe so.
We've got a design variant for that one. Then next to it, we're going to jump to this end of the table. Avengers number 7 kicks off a new story arc. You got Twilight Dreaming. They are fighting Nightmare hard. We've got the Avengers 60th anniversary variant.
I think it's a wrap.
Oh, I think it's a wrap too. It's a wrap cover. Look at that. And then we've got the Moon Knight. What do they call it? Knight's End variant, because they're about to kill Moon Knight, so they're celebrating him before they put him in the ground. Yay. And let's call it the team variant. Yeah. Team variant. Sorry about that. Didn't do my research on that one. And then 1 in 25, so you got Vision fully formed on the cover there. Scarlet Witch is on issue number 10. We've got the 1 in 25 variant for that one, and the villain variant.
I want to say it's Ross, isn't it Ross?
No, it's not. We'll call it the villain variant. And then big middle of the table, fan favorite, all of our favorites, everybody's favorite. How could you not love it? It's Jeff is back. This is Jeff Verse, so you got a little bit of multiversal stories in it, but they're just perfect little silent Jeff stories, just like the last one shot. None of them are bad. All of them are great and cute and fantastic and
wonderful.
Yeah,
wonderful in every way.
Just delightful. So that's your cover A. I was just holding up. We got a Thor cover for Jeff, where he's dreaming. And then Christy Zello did a variant with Black Cat on there. Kind of inexplicable. Fall of X has a tie-in this week with X-Men number 28. This fight happens, and it's awesome. So Juggernaut action going on here. We got a Cyclops variant. We've got the 60th anniversary wrap X-Men cover. And we've got a all art cover of Cyclops. It's a 1 in 50. Venom's on number 27, so that's continuing with the Black Widow with the symbiote storyline. And we've got a, is it Sun Yang?
Bianchi, I think. Simone Bianchi.
Is it?
I think so.
All right. Bianchi variant. Right above it, we got Doctor Strange number 9 this week. That kicks off a new story arc called Nebraska. So I haven't read this issue yet, but I'm kind of stoked to find out what. There's some sweet wizard fight action going on.
Wow.
And they're really tying in with the whole, like, wand as, like, the government agency controlling magic thing. Those are kind of clashing. We got the Phil Noto variant, and then we've got the Moon Knight Night's End cover. In the middle of this row, I'm sorry. Also a 1 in 25 variant. Sorry about that. Making everybody jump. Hold on to your lunch. White Widow's on number 1. I think it's a 5-issue miniseries. And for as much as I really don't need a book, or didn't need a book about White Widow, for the beginning of a miniseries, they're really building this character perfectly. Like, to the point where I was like, oh, cool. Like, I want to see what kind of shenanigans she's getting into in issue number 2. There's a bunch of, like, little extra material where she's making charts and, like, kind of reassessing her life. And it just is a well thought out first issue for a character that's relatively inconsequential.
Yes.
I did not know she was still alive. I didn't.
You're not wrong.
I don't know this one.
That's the lyrics one.
Okay, that's Lyrics Lee.
Yep.
This is Art Germ.
Yep.
And those are our covers for White Widow.
Yeah.
Above that, one I was super excited about, especially because they just started announcing new Ultimate Universe ongoing titles. This is your one-shot that kicks off the new Ultimate Universe. So, Ultimate Universe one-shot, that's what it's called. You've got a big piece of explanation for yourself in here as far as, like, where the Ultimate Universe stands as we get back into it. We've got a new Ultimate Spider-Man book coming out. We've got a new Ultimate Black Panther book coming out. And they teased an X-Men Ultimate book at the end of this one. By Peach Momoko. So, really great stuff happening. All the cover designs look great. The story was great. You need to know nothing. You need to know nothing. Just that, like, who Thor is. Yeah, that's
Doctor Doom.
Yeah, right. Even that, like, you don't. Great kickoff to a new Ultimate Universe. Written by Jonathan Hickman. We've got the cover price Thor variant. We've got the other cover price Thor variant. Let's say cover price B. Yeah. 1 in 25. I can't wait for Steve Rogers to pop back in here. And then the all art cover, 1 in 50. Very cool. Top of the Marvel table gives us Spider-Boy number 1. I think it's a 5-issue miniseries.
I think so.
Written by Dan Slott. Completely safe for all ages. Like, really fun spider stuff. Like, Spider-Man's kind of taking him on as a mentor. There goes our decoration. Every year. Spider-Man Peter Parker takes him on as a mentor. They're trying to kind of figure out his place in the whole New York crime fighting scene. But it's really just like, it's fun to see him figure some stuff out and have the guidance to do it. And he's got new enemies. He's got old enemies. But he hasn't been around continuity before, so it's all new. It's all new and all fun. Really fantastic homage cover for that one. Back to Spidey number 1. Then you've got the...
Campagna.
Okay, cool. What is it?
Campagna.
Okay. And then the Young cover. That one was easy. And then Spiffy Shiny Foil.
Indeed.
That is our Marvel side of the table. I should mention before I give this to John Cheer, this is a 5th Wednesday of the month. Thank God. we needed a little bit of a small week to kind of spool back up into the holiday season. But we've got some great DC stuff, too.
So, leading off on DC, it's Return of Superman. So, it's the 30th anniversary of the Return of Superman. So, they did a big monster, like, giant-sized story with all the characters. So, you've got Steel, Superboy, Vindicator, and Cyborg Superman, all in one big giant story. And all the chapters are told by everybody who worked on the original series. So Bogdanov, Grummett, Jurgens, all that stuff. All within the book. So if you dug that story back 30 years ago, here's another chapter that you missed back then.
Worth reiterating for $9.99. Completely new stories.
Yes.
Completely.
So we got the regular cover. We have the 1 in 25 variant there.
Oh, and the app told me that it teased a new villain. Right. Not a first appearance, but teased a new villain.
There you go. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom special is the prologue to the new movie. So everything that happens in here legitimately says to be continued in the movie. So with Black Manta, with Aquaman, everything all in here. So if you're waiting for that and you just can't wait any longer, here's your preview book. You got your regular cover, you got your Jim Chung variant cover, and then you have your 1 in 25 variant there. And then the Supergirl special.
Here he goes.
I was happy about this. It is a very sweet book. She is trying to figure out what her life is like right now, especially since Power Girl is playing a big part in the Superman universe. And so she's trying to figure out her own place within it. It's a good standalone story. She's figuring that out, going baback to the days at Argo City and all that. Good one-shot issue. You can read this and be done.
Yeah.
So the regular cover there. You got the Frank Cho variant there. You've got the Wheeljack variant for that one right there. If you like that one, we've got the spiffy, shiny Wheeljack variant right there. Spirit World is on its final issue, number 6. And then we'll go to Detective Comics because it's always hidden number-wise.
1076.
There you go. Ram V is still writing it. I was reading this one, and I just enjoyed the fact that Batman has Kelly Jones ears right now. They are amazing. But with a cool question backup story and an Azrael story in there as well. So you got your regular cover there. You got your Jason Sean Alexander cover here. Look at those ears. It's amazing. The 1 in 50 variant there, and then the awesome Azrael 1 in 25 wanted variant for that one there. We'll go back to this one later, but because the finale of the Batman Catwoman Gotham War, Scorched Earth is here. This one, it's Batman versus Vandal Savage. It's all the Bat family versus all the bad guys in Gotham, and Batman Catwoman basically kissing and making up, all within this book. Big stuff happens.
The end was rad.
Yes.
The end is like where to be for Batman ongoing now.
Correct. So we got the regular cover here. We've got the Adam Hughes variant there. We have the Limb variant. It's also in a spiffy, shiny foil variant. We have the 1 in 50 variant and the 1 in 25 variant. Oh, and a 1 in 100 below that.
Woo!
So
1 in
black and white-
100.
Black and white version of that. Above it, Lazarus Planets, Revenge of the Gods. So the final in the Lazarus Planet storyline is right there. But the other great collected ones, Batman Gotham by Gaslight, is all the stories with the Batman that fought Jack the Ripper. So Mignola did the first one. Brian Augustine wrote it all. It's all the times he made appearances within the DC universe. Wonderful book. Great. The JLA JSA, Virtue and Vice, just in time for Thanksgiving. It is set between when the JLA and the JSA have a Thanksgiving dinner and everything gets messed up by Luther and Despero.
Ooh.
So yeah. Because we love it so much, and you should be getting it if you're not, Wonder Woman number 1 and Wonder Woman number 2. It's perfect. Get it, read it, enjoy it. Wonderful.
I agree.
And that's it for DC.
Yeah.
And Dark Horse, you got Stranger Things, the Library Edition Volume 3. We've got Usagi Yojimbo, Issue 1 of the Ice and Snow. Actually,
Part
Strike
2.
2, Part 2. We've got Cover A by Stan Sakai and Cover B. And then Tears Apart is on issue number 3. And because we told you last week, and not enough of you picked it up, we've got the Dark Spaces Dungeons by Scott Snyder. Creepy, great. It's Halloween. Get it. Like, creep yourself out.
That's a perfect creepy single issue.
Yeah.
Like a perfect creepy single issue.
Yeah. So we got the regular cover, and then once you read it, you got your cover. And then to keep on with the Snyder, we've got Canary.
So I thought it was just going to be a Western, which is great, but it's so much more than that. It has a great creepy turn about halfway maybe through the book.
It starts off creepy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and then it backs off a little bit. First in a mini series, I can't remember if it's 3 or 4, but Scott Snyder's got like ideas of flowing now because they're just popping out. This is our staff pick of the week, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
We all burned through this book and then handed it to another staff member and was like, read this one. So thank you, Scott Snyder. Please pick up Canary. The name is misleading and satisfying
It is.
all at the same time. There's an easy to love and easy to hate main character, and he deals with some wild, wild supernatural stuff, we'll say.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Kind of tough
Yeah.
to say that now. But,
Right.
great first issue.
I do like the back cover too.
Oh, I love the back cover. Just like a raw gunslinger.
Oh yeah.
Panosian
If
art.
you like horror or western or both, this is it.
Mhm.
This is the one this week. So we've got a 1 in 10 variant for that one. Awesome. And a 1 in 25. Very cool. Watercolor. Next to it, Stranger Things is starting a new miniseries. You got Stranger Things The Voyage. They are on a boat. There's cover B, and there's cover C. Masters of the Universe Forge of Destinies on number 3. That'll be your cover A, and that'll be your cover B. Epic. We got a hardcover, Good Comics for Bad People. You got anything to add about that? It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty is dipping its toe into the manga realm, so we've got Rick and Morty the manga, volume 1.
And it's beefy.
It is beefy. It's a hefty book.
Yeah.
Next to that, our long-awaited horror comic pick.
Back.
Yay!
I have not read it yet.
Bulk Comics is winning this week because they got us the nasty number 4. Then we got Ribbon Queen. They're on number 4 of 8, so that'll be your cover A. Weird. And the movie homage cover for Friday the 13th. Right?
Yes.
I just gotta check. Night of the Living Dead, their miniseries Kin is on issue number 2. And then we got a new number 1 from Scout Comics. It's called A Haunting on Mars, and it's got some real Starship Trooper vibes. Not in love with the artwork, but it's like, it is a lot like Ghost of Mars. I know it's not a good movie, but it is a lot like Ghost of Mars. And A Haunting on Mars, so that can't not stick in your brain. One of the best covers on the table, I'll be honest with you. Right below that, we've got Street Fighter Omega, which is pretty cool if you're, especially, obviously, if you're a Street Fighter fan. But it's telling a story with covers, and at the end, they kind of run down the story, but they let you interpret it with all these original Street Fighter covers throughout the book. The cool cover A, and then we've got a 1 per store variant, which is always a hit. Next to it, oh man, I said this already like 3 times, but like one of my favorite covers of the week. Godzilla, Here There Be Monsters. It's a pirate Godzilla story. It sells itself. Look at this guy standing on a pile of treasure, facing down like the most fearsome monster he possibly could. Then we've got The Space Between is a new number 1 from Boom. It's a little Romeo Juliet-y, but it's in space, obviously, spaceship. And like it's very charming. It's not as hard hitting. Like you're not gonna be like, oh my god. But like it's a very charming, well told story. Little bit of a love opera in space. Gargoyles Dark Ages is on number 4. You got Traveling to Mars. That's on number 9. We have a reprint of Conan number 3. So all art cover there. And then a new original graphic novel, Whisper of the Woods, from Mad Cave. Below that, we still have previews from last week. This honker of a book is the Silver Surfer collection. It is all of the Silver Surfer appearances from 1968 to 1970 in a beautiful, not as heavy as it looks.
Be careful. It's heavy.
Really wonderful. We've had a couple of these before, like for, I think it was Fantastic Four and Avengers. So, great collection, $200. It put some legs on it. It's a coffee table.
If Kevin were here, this would be his pick of the week.
This one, yeah, Daredevil Yellow by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale, completely collected in oversized hardcover format.
Yep. Beautiful.
Some more new action figures. You got the Superpowers collection of the Peacemaker characters from McFarlane. You got Peacemaker, Judo Master, and Vigilante. It's a 3-pack. Then we've got some X-Men 97 stragglers from last week to keep the table colorful. In the kids section, very notable, The Superhero's Journey by Patrick McConnell is one of John Dudis' favorite books of the year. It's a great hardcover, semi-autobiographical, using classic Marvel characters, and in some cases, classic Marvel artwork. So it's lovely, and we ordered more. Sonic the Hedgehog has a new activity coloring book, I guess tying in with a Netflix thing. I just saw that now.
Sure.
Then we've got a little graphic novel, adorable one, My Cat is Such a Weirdo. Who can't say that, right? Oh, he's asleep. A couple single issues on the all ages side of things. You got My Little Pony Camp Big Hoof there on number 4. And then regular My Little Pony current numbering on number 18. Below that, we got a new Avatar Last Airbender graphic novel. That's Azula in the Spirit Temple. Next to it, Doomsday Camp has a new story. It's The Story Eater. Science Comics has frogs, so you can learn all about frogs. History Comics is World War II. And then the complete Chris Samney and Laura Samney, I think is her name, Jonah and the Unpossible Monsters, which is a great all-ages
story.
Yeah, prehistoric story. That is our very manageable normal table this week. If you would like anything, please let us know and we'll put it in your file. Otherwise,
Enjoy your Halloween.
enjoy your Halloween. We'll see you tomorrow for your comic books.
Happy Halloween.